All right, and we back. Preaching to the choir, baby. You know, the last time we spoke, we were speaking about the different dynamics, right, in the household.
Yes, in an interracial relationship which you're in, a marriage, an interracial marriage, same-sex marriage with children. Yeah, that's an interesting dynamic.
Yes, so
I want to hear about that.
yeah, so it's so many layers to it. I wouldn't even know where to start, but what I could say, my partner and I, we definitely grew up extreme different environments and cultures. My family, where I grew up, we got real loose and ghetto and celebrated and any kind of in every way. And, you know, it was okay to have kids out there hustling on the street selling fish plates and, you know, bags of fish and be exposed to drugs and sex and different things like that. Nothing was hidden, you know, nothing was everything was exposed. Everything was, he'll learn one day. They're going to learn one day. So you might as well show them now. A lot of that was happening when I grew up. So I was exposed to a lot more. So, yeah, I would say it's all of the above, for the simple fact that the race, for one, there's a huge, unspoken and sometimes mostly spoken situation and has always been with the white and black because of slavery. So there is a lot that we learn all together every day continuously with it. We actually kind of don't clash. We're really good at talking it out and understanding that this is just this might have been the way that I was raised and this might have been the way that you was raised. So how can we bring this together to bring these kids the best upbringing off of whatever good we got from our childhood? Hello. So, Kenny, you not open to dating outside of your race?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not like so. Especially from my own perspective of what race is, because I have two homegirls that their big debate with me is that like I am willing to date outside my race because I'm willing to date like mixed women, and they don't think mixed women are black. But if we all agree that mixed people are black, then yes. I'm not open to dating outside my race.
So, okay, I'm a little lost on that.
Yeah.
So, you will date biracial, but you won't date like full a different race.
Yes, exactly.
So,
if you got a black parent, or you got, you know what I'm saying? If you have black like heritage, like we could. That's it. That's good. Like a high amount, not like I'm 10% black. Like
so, how much percent black they gotta be for you, Kenny?
Maybe like half or something.
50, at least 50%.
Yeah.
Okay, so you dating outside your race, in a sense.
No,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so if you're under the, that's why I said if you believe, like I believe mixed people are black. That's the way I feel. But
right,
some people don't. So if you don't feel that way, then I guess to you I date outside my race.
Could you tell us why you feel that way, Kenny? Because do you feel like the black is overpowering that? So if you got 50% black, you black. Or is it another
I think
reason?
The black is overpowering for one, based on the like socio-political like structure we live in. When you're mixed, like you go have a child with a white girl, like the world gonna remind them that kid is black.
This is true.
Maybe they'll have a little bit of privilege. Maybe they'll have some privilege, but they're still black, you know. Especially if you live in North America, like.
That's right.
So I don't even waste my time arguing that. Like to me, I always say this: black people are the only people who are able to make another black person with any race.
Okay,
so
that's an interesting perspective. I never heard that.
Food for thought.
Okay, so I want to know. So you will not date full Hispanic. You will not date full white. You will not date full anything unless they have some black in them. At least half, right? Is that what we're understanding?
Like a huge percent of the Hispanic world is black. And then another huge percentage is part black, like it's half black. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about Hispanic, but yeah, like Asian, like you're not gonna see me dating. Like maybe I'll date Naomi Osaka, but I'm not dating like a Chinese, like an Asian woman, like a full blown. I'm just not into it. Like.
And why is that? Where you won't date anybody that's fully outside of the race, like white, Asian, etc.
Because I know how life goes, and I know how like things happen, and like so for me and my perspective and where I come from, like as far as my personal ethic, like I think family matters a lot. I think bloodlines are a big deal, you know.
I know you're just one of those pro-black people. However, a lot of black men, like North American, like African American, like black men born in America, don't really, go for black women. A lot of times I feel like the women are fighting for us, rooting for us, our biggest fans, loyal to us through thick and thin, through a default. You don't respect them, don't treat them right, leave them stranded with babies, go to jail 10 years later, they still there, and they overlooking all kind of other men, which is one of the reasons why we wanted to discuss this topic and get different, different outlooks on it.
Okay, so I think there's like multiple factors at play. So for me, it's like, one, black women are loyal. And then there's a whole nother aspect to that, which, I mean, this is up for debate, obviously. There's also the whole notion that, like, to other groups of men, they're not actually pursuing black women at the same rate that black men are pursuing other races of women. Right. Because of, obviously, media. And, like, if black men are not trying to marry black women at whatever rate that it is, imagine how much less other races of men want to marry black women. So I think the demand for black women is also not as high as the demand for black men.
Right.
Because of all sorts of media, and it is what it is.
So can I ask you this? Are you saying that the pop culture and rap, by them wanting a foreign or a different race, that's influencing young black men or other black men to want to date outside their race and not stick to their culture?
Yes. Yeah, I think everything plays a huge role. Like, just watching your favorite black icon statistically be more likely to get with other races of women consistently, because when you see something, you end up mirroring it. So it's like, successful black men, that was what I was going to mention earlier, because like the vast majority of black men still marry black women.
Yes.
Now, there's that 15% or like 10, whatever, it's like 88% of black men marry black women, so there's 12% who don't. Now,
but let's also get clarity for the listeners that 88%, because it is a high percentage. It's like last time I checked, like 80 or something. But that is of the black men that are married. That's not just 80% of black men, because most black men aren't married.
But that filter applies to every stat. So it could basically be assumed, right? Like everything is filtered through only married people. So I mean, yeah. So one of the big issues is there's a disproportionate, like, so 80-something% of black men marry black women. But if you say HNI, black males, high net worth individuals,
come on, Kevin,
I think that number reduces
drastically.
And that's the big issue. Yeah, that number reduces drastically, and that's one of the big issues that we're facing, this dilemma where so many, you can't go sit up here and we've decided to all vote for a post-racial world, and like, quite frankly, my views are very not mainstream. Like, you're not supposed to come out here and say that after everything Martin Luther King did, I'm sitting up here talking about like dating within your race. Like, I sound like a Jim Crower. But the thing is, like, it's just a sad reality when you're a young black boy and you aspire for greatness and you to achieve a lot of the success these other men have, and you see the men that you're trying to emulate consistently date women of other races. It's I think a really bad kind of messaging that I don't think helps our cause.
I mean, I can see how you feel like that. I guess, everybody's perspective is different. I will say that. And we spoke on this, SJ and I, in episode 1 of this topic about like we didn't necessarily name it high net worth individuals, but the higher caliber black man that they really do want, the successful black man, the man who's, you know, the one that's gonna take off like a rocket. They not really looking for black women.
Okay, here's another bad thing. Now, I mean, you can debate whether it's good or bad, but we live in a patriarchal world, right? So the vast majority of wealth is in the hands of men. And then no matter what they say about the black community, the top 10% of black earners are black men.
Right.
Of any race. Like, black women make more money in the median. But the extremes are definitely black men, like the richest, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you're talking about transfer of wealth, you're now discussing, like, I like the notion of a white man coming with his white wealth, marrying a black woman whose children will be significantly more culturally black than the reverse, and then transferring his wealth to those children. Then a black man making a bunch of money, having mixed children, who are significantly less culturally black than the reverse, and giving all his money to them.
Wow, so the wealth from the black community is leaving.
It gets drained. When black women marry white men, wealth comes into the black community. When black men marry white women, it goes out.
Whoa.
Wow, we need a bomb drop for that.
Damn, big bomb drop. That was right, man. Damn.
So it's like, yeah, so then you exponentiate that times 2 generations. Now we're taking massive L's.
Because
but everyone's happy though, right?
Because as you said earlier, those children will marry a woman that looks like their mom. So they will marry another white woman. Then basically that won't be a black family anymore.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's an existential problem. But because we live in a culture where like happiness trumps everything, like your immediate gratification is like more important than anything. That's the new culture that's being pushed on us. You end up sounding like some weird fascist when you talk about anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to debate it, but it doesn't sound good to say. Like,
yeah, it sounds crazy, but it's like reality, I guess. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, I don't know, nigga. I don't want them to cancel me.
Okay, key point out there for the listeners that for you, I'm not gathering that you're totally against it. Like you said, you pointed out some things that interracial dating could sometimes be beneficial to the black community, depending on if the women or the men are dating the outside race. It doesn't sound like you're completely against it, are you?
Oh, no. I'm not completely against it because human beings have to live their daily life. They have to be happy. Like, Absolutely. Who am I to tell some of these people what they've lived, what their lived experience is? I just know what works and what doesn't work long term. But from a very personal standpoint, like I've had white girls that I legitimately liked and loved or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I just chose like what I wanted to do in life. It doesn't change how I might feel about some white women. So, like, love is love.
I feel it.
Okay.
I feel it. All right. Appreciate
All right.
you.
Well, we appreciate you. Thanks for staying up way over there in Lagos. Did I pronounce it right?
Way over there. No, it's Lagos.
Lagos, like Legoland. All right. Well,
shout out to the family.
Shout out to the fam.
All right, SJ. Appreciate y'all.
All right. I'm coming down there soon now.
Yeah, both of us.
Stay black.
All right.
Speaking of which I may be switching the topic a tad bit, but you know I'm an inquisitive person. I put a pin in your conversation like 5 minutes ago that I've been dying to interrupt you. How has your perception, if at all, changed of white people?
Interesting.
Do you see them different? Or, I mean, obviously you see your in-laws different because you get to know them, but like as a whole, what have you gained? What can you like spit out? Like, oh, I can live without. What will I take on with me? Like, how does it change your perspective?
Okay, so I realize about white people that, and this is just my honest opinion, this is how I feel just by being around as many as Caucasian people I have been around. I realize that a lot of Caucasian people are not comfortable or in a sense almost afraid to speak to or be friends with or even communicate with the Black people or Black community or people of color, however you want to put it, because of all the negative.
And a boy told me this before, a white boy told me that actually relatively recently, where he was like, it's just, I don't know, like, it's like a culture barrier is such a big difference. I'm like, we're all just people. It's not that much difference. It's a lot. You feel like that, you know, and the world and media and all these things make you feel like we're so divided and we're just so different. Like, you know, there's little things that we can attribute specifically to our community, like not knowing a bitch from a can of paint.
Exactly.
You know, certain statements, certain things that we all do certain things, but, you know, we all are human. So I definitely connect with that, and I understand that, like, it's some kind of like this topic is so deep, something that's so deeply ingrained in a lot of white people that even aren't racist, definitely not. But there's a small tad bit of prejudice in everybody, even me, because I got some prejudice toward Black people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I got prejudice towards white people. I'd be like, ooh. Like, so it's definitely real, but I think it kind of shows more because, like, a lot of times, you know, especially our perspective is different because we're Black going into a white person's space, or, you know, so a white person, if I ask them this question of how they feel about this type of topic, is going to be different because their interactions are
Absolutely,
and they're more accepting. But as me being a person that I am and being in certain spaces where there aren't a lot of Black people, I feel like I definitely feel what you're saying.
You know, the crazy thing is too, is like white people usually don't think about Black people. That's the crazy thing too, until it's in their face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It doesn't really come up like we feel like it's that deep. Like it's not that deep to them. Like they'll be like really blonde about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it happens. That's where the issue lies.
Because
you know,
they've been raised and taught that
raised
culture is superior. Anyway.
Exactly.
So
why would I learn about another culture? Yeah,
other people when I
absolutely
to adapt to me.
They should adapt. So most are entitled, so they live in their communities, in their bubbles, in their suburban areas, and they stay there. And if they don't go and travel out, like the reason why I fell in love with my partner is because he branched out, he traveled, he been in the military, and he is more cultured than I am. So that turned me on about him because when you connect with multiple cultures, that shows depth in your life, in your background. You have now a depth to your life where you have stories now. You have a different understanding of the world. Life experiences is what brought me closer to him, and I realized that he is not like all white people at all Caucasian people. But I do also realize that most people in general who are like him, they are just free-spirited individuals. Next caller.
Hey.
Hey. Oh, she sound like,
she sounds sexy.
She sounds sexy on the line. Okay.
Hola.
So you could remain anonymous, or you could give a name if you'd like and let the callers know where you're calling in from and, you know, and what you're calling on. If you are against interracial dating or are you open to interracial dating, let us know your situation.
So my name is Lish. I'm calling in from Hollywood, Florida, and I am for interracial relationships.
Lish. We love it.
All right, Lish. So, are you single right now? Are you in a relationship? Are you dating interracially right now?
I am dating interracially right now. We've been together for 3 years.
Okay. Bomb drop for that. 3 years. And so are you with, who are you with?
My partner and I, she and I have been, I'm with the girl.
Okay, so you with the girl. Okay, so what race are you?
So I'm Black.
Okay.
And she is Colombian and Puerto Rican.
Oh, she sound
Lish
pretty
too. She sound Lish. Y'all sound like a beautiful couple.
Lish and Lish.
Okay. All right, so tell us a little about your situation. So you guys have been together for 3 years, and are you married, or are you just you engaged, or we?
We are engaged.
And you live together?
You know,
Congratulations.
we do live together. Yes, we've lived together we were lesbians, so we moved in very quickly.
You know, it's funny. I heard that about lesbians.
Yeah, that they move in quick.
They said the lesbians move in.
Girl, I love you. Come on.
Yeah, we don't got time for games.
Yes, the girls know what they want. They say, come on, get this. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, we're engaged. We've lived together for probably about as long as we've been together. We have a 6 going on 7-year-old little girl.
Oh, did you guys do the with the tube baby?
No. So I came into our relationship with a child.
Oh,
and she just stepped up.
Oh, that's right.
Okay,
come on, step up.
And so the daughter interracial as well?
No, she is just both her parents are Black.
Okay. Oh. And, okay. So wow. So you guys are being looked at a lot, maybe, in public?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes going out is definitely interesting, depending on where we're going, especially, no offense or shade or whatever. But when we go to white spaces, we do tend to get a little bit more looks. But like, we also don't really pay it too much attention. So like, we've never had an issue or anything.
Okay.
Better than me. I'll be like, what you looking at?
Okay. So you say you have a daughter. So how does the daughter have you guys spoken to the daughter about your relationship? Does she know what it is between you guys? Was it easy to tell her if you did tell her, or?
So she met my partner as just a friend. She met her when she and I were we had known each other back in the day. We reconnected on a little vacation. So she met her as a friend. When she and I started getting serious, my daughter was still not like so young, but like a little too young to really go into detail about what was going on. She did always have the understanding, though, once we started dating, that yeah, this is my girlfriend. Once we moved in together, there was, a little season of, I think it was difficult for my daughter to transition into having 2 moms. But honestly, my daughter started calling her mommy on her own. Like, it was never a conversation, but about 6 months into us living together, she started calling her mommy.
Oh, that's sweet. Wow. Interesting. So it's been working out well for you, seems like. What type of challenges? We want to know about the challenges, the difficult shit. I mean, like, what do you, besides, the people giving you the dirty looks, what are the complications, are like to raise the kids? Have you guys had difficulties with that?
She was raised in a very traditional Spanish family on both sides. I was raised in a mix of a ghetto ass family and a white family. So we definitely come with our own traumas, I would say, and that definitely impacts our parenting. I think I tend to be a little bit softer. I don't necessarily I threaten to whoop ass, but I don't actually want to go through with it. She comes from a family where you get that look and then you go into the bathroom.
Boom. So she whoops ass.
Yes.
Okay, so
guilt, no nothing.
So you agree with the because we're gonna have a convo about that one later in our next conversations. So with the discipline, so you don't whip your daughter because you don't believe in it, or you just too, what do you mean, soft?
She didn't say she don't. She said she just talk, but she don't really get to it.
Talk,
so maybe she every now and then, yeah.
Okay, maybe every now and then, pop.
She gotta really take me there.
Okay.
For me to put hands on her.
Okay.
Whereas my partner, she's more like, oh, you disrespected your mother, come here.
Mm-hmm. Boom. Okay. And that's Spanish culture.
Yes. I mean, at least that's the dynamic in in her household for sure, on both sides. But
what you say on both sides? They kick their ass over there.
Yes, they are not playing.
Voodoo.
But I think that, I don't know, I think that for me rather, I feel like my mama whooped me when she ain't need to. So for me, I don't want to impart that trauma. I do understand that there's a way to do it where you're not traumatizing your child. And I think she comes more from that perspective. But for me, I feel like, how I'm going to tell you not to put your hands on somebody when you're mad, when I put my hands on you when I'm mad? Like, the math don't math for me.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, with that being said, I got you. So what challenges do you guys face together in that aspect of the relationship with you being, you know, black and her being Spanish? Do you guys go through any differences with that, or is misunderstandings where you guys are speaking a different language sometimes?
We don't have too many of those issues, only because she's a very Americanized Hispanic. It's her family that is very traditional. She herself is a little bit more, she has the influences, but she's more Americanized, where we tend to have issues is more so with like petty things. I get pissed off that she don't understand my hair and she swears that my hair is similar to hers and it's just not. Or like, you know, food differences. Like she could eat rice and beans almost every day. Or I want something fried and I want some greens.
She said some fried. Oh, that's Hispanic as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Rice
so
and beans. Please, I'll pass on it.
Promise you, tacos 4 days a week. I'll be sick of it.
Oh, with the quesadilla in the mix.
Oh my God, I love me some Spanish food though.
So I want to know, like, okay, so speaking of family, like, what's like, do the family be cutting up, like, what they be doing that's just you been like, okay, like, if they was black, they would have never did this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it ain't too. I feel like they're certain. They kind of similar to me. It be the pettiness. It's the, you know, we only really show our face for the holidays. I'm not gonna lie. So it's the, oh, we're excited to see you, but, you know, we're gonna plan for everyone to wear a certain color for the family picture, but we're not gonna tell you guys to wear this color for the family picture.
It's given not a part of the family.
Yeah, very much so.
And so I feel like what we should be shifting to with interracial dating, interracial couples, is just being more open to,
or interracial friendships in general. Like
interracial friendships.
I feel like, you know, the things you grow up hearing about certain white people, all kind of Spanish people, you know, just things you be hearing, and half that shit, 90% don't even be
false.
True.
Yes.
And then some of the shit be real small part of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if we don't make the effort to just like, okay, make friends with other people, experience other things, try not to be so close-minded, stop being so assumptuous, and just, you know, go for it, you realize like it's a lot of cool people in the world. And even if you don't date outside of your race, and a lot of times people will be attracted. They just don't date because they have this big fear of not understanding or not being
scarcity.
Able to relate.
Yes.
And then the thing is, like, why are we relating on the color anyway? Like, why is that a basis of relating when really we're just human beings?
Exactly.
So the color of your skin, that just shows a lot of your mindset, because you think it's like a big thing. And I can understand like the cultural differences, because it is a big culture difference, typically speaking. Mm-hmm. But if you find a well-rounded person, or a person who's open to learning, even if they don't understand, but is listening because they find something special in you, that is where the connection happens. And that's why I agree with you. Although, you know, I haven't been in a serious relationship outside of my race, but I'm open to it, and I damn sure will.
Well, we definitely going to talk about that, because the people want to know as well, who is LV dating, and are you single?
Didn't ask that.
The people ask. The people ask, and we're going to get to that.
Well, I don't know.
But we just want to take away right now that we want you guys to love who you want to love. This new generation, they already are getting rid of the labels. We need to get this old generation to get rid of these labels and let these people love who they want to love. And let's intertwine, get to know more about each other, you know, because at the end of the day, getting to know different cultures, you know, maybe learning a new language. Yeah, it's never too late.
It's nothing more empowering than knowledge. And knowledge don't come through books all the time. It don't come through going to college. I mean,
it definitely doesn't.
I've been there as well. I got that kind of education as well. But honestly, life experiences. And sometimes getting out of your comfort zone is the best way to learn so many different things that you didn't even know you needed.
Get out of your city, or at least meet other people in your city.
Especially if your city is Atlanta. I'm just saying.
Oh, Lord Jesus. I mean, Lauderdale too.
Lauderdale is trash too.
I mean, okay, so we're going to close that out. Preaching to the choir. We love you guys, and we thank you.
Love you.
If you guys want to support our episode, we'll give you that link, and we could talk private and have private conversations with you guys. Other than that, we're out and we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Peace.
On Preaching with the Choir.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, you know what topic we need to do?
What's that?
Oh, white people in the N-word.
Oh my God.
What is the obsession?
Oh my God.